how to write 100% accurate PT academic essay using a template or structure. Let's learn in this class. The weightage of essay in the Pearson PT exam writing module is 28 marks. You get only one essay question in the exam and you get 20 minutes time to write one essay. You are expected to write bare minimum 200 words, maximum 300 words essay. You cannot write less than 200, you cannot write more than 300. In the real exam, the essay looks like this. You can see a small tab here on the PPT. Here is exam name, here is your name, this is question status and time status, and you have this instruction here, and underneath the instruction you can see this is essay question. It asks whether the student agrees with the statement or disagrees or something, what are the reasons and all of that it is asking. Instruction, question, writing area. Here is where you write your answer in the PT exam, and if you wish to cut, copy, paste any sentences that you already wrote, you can do it using these buttons. And here is the word counter because you are expected to write minimum 200, maximum 300 words essay as part of this task. And please don't think that the screen is going to be so small in the examination. What you're seeing, this particular tab is going to be spread across 22-inch monitor. Necessary things to write essay. First is keyboard. A full-size keyboard will be provided to you in the examination, but it's a wired one. This is for typing the answer. Number 2, you get a mouse for navigation and clicking purposes. Number 2, this is also going to be wired in the examination. And number 3, which a lot of people never ever use, is called erasable notebook. This is erasable notebook for planning your essay. And this is called erasable ink pen. You get the same thing in the real exam. If you have already taken the test, you know it better. Now let's start learning it. First thing is understanding Pearson PT academic essay questions. So 99% of Pearson PT academic essay questions are argumentative essay questions. Argumentative essay question. The popular types of argumentative essays: agree or disagree, or to what extent do you agree, or to what extent do you disagree. This is one type. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages is another category in the argumentative essay questions. What is your opinion? What is your opinion? This is another type of argumentative essay. So these are very common PT academic essays that people get. 90+% of the people get one of these essay questions in the examination. Now let's learn to read the essay question properly by understanding its structure. Essay question structure understanding, not answer structure. Essay question structure. If you understand the essay question properly, you can always understand essay answer structure clearly. So this part, if you see, taking part in sport as an adult is important for health and happiness. So the first part of the essay question is called question statement. Question statement or question argument, right? That's question statement or question argument. And the balance part, whatever is there after that, once it is finished, you have what the demand part. What is the essay demanding from you? What is it expecting from you? Maybe the expectation or demand part. See, it is expecting you to write in the essay, to what extent do you agree with this statement? Okay, agreement, agree, disagree type of thing. And provide reasons and or. You can provide both examples to support your ideas. So this is essay statement. This is all expectation. So first, in your essay, you must write to what extent do you agree. Do you fully agree? Do you partially agree? And you do not at all agree. So that's something should be there in your essay answer. And then the essay must contain reasons plus or the examples. Examples to support your point of view, basically, your ideas. Okay, so this is something expectation. So 2 things before I conclude this piece. What is it? The first part is essay statement or essay question statement. The remaining part is what demands. Every demand must be addressed when you're writing essay. If you do not address one demand, for example, nowhere in the essay you write, I disagree or I completely agree. Such things, if you don't write, you are not satisfying the essay question. So it reduces your overall essay score. When you're writing essay, there are 3 stages. Stage 1 is planning. Stage 2 is writing the essay. where the stage 3 is proofreading the essay or editing the essay. So planning, writing, editing, all three things must be completed in 20 minutes time. The planning means reading the essay question, understanding the topic clearly or the statement clearly, also understanding the demands of the essay question. For example, if it is asking you, what is your opinion? And express your opinion with some reasons and examples. So, okay, this is the topic. I have to express my opinion. I have to use my reasons and examples. So, this is clarity, right? And this is essay question clarity. This is not sufficient for you to write an essay answer. You also have to write down a mind tree or a flow chart before you start your essay. Okay. You use your erasable noteboard, which is this one, to draw a flow chart. Let's say if the essay topic is X. Let's say it's about technology, it is about literacy rate, it's about television, it is about who should take decision for the young people, whatever, that is the topic. And now for the topic, you write down positives, negatives. Let's say I want to support that statement, I will write two positives, positive one, positive two here. If I do not want to support it, what I'll do, I'll write two negatives, right? So two negatives, one positive. So whatever you want to support, for that you need what? Two ideas. Negative you're supporting, two ideas for negative, one for positive. Positive you're supporting, two ideas for positive and one idea for negative. So as an example, I use this question. What is this question? Taking part in sport as an adult is important for health and happiness. This is the statement, question's statement, right? What is the demand? To what extent do you agree with the statement? Provide reasons or support. Why reasons are examples to support your idea. So this is the statement. I think I support it. So if I support it, how I write notes? I write notes like this. Now here is the topic. What is the topic? Adults taking part in sports. That's the topic. For that topic, see, I'm supporting it. I want to write two ideas. Number one, see, taking part will improve the physical health in many ways, maybe the heart health, maybe the joint health, many benefits are there, right? And then the other one is what? Mental health will also improve this. People start feeling better when they take part in the sports and all, right? And then the negative. So if I have two positives, that's not enough to write the answer. That's not enough to write a good balanced essay. So I need at least 1 point, one negative I need. What is that? Lack of time, because these are all adults. Probably they are pursuing their professions, academics. They don't have time, something like this. So this is called the planning time. Reading the question, understanding the question statement, demands, and writing this flowchart. Okay. There are benefits if you draw a flowchart like that. Number one benefit is you will get rid of the idea anxiety. What is idea anxiety? See, if you have one or two ideas to support it, not support it, you have them in mind, but you have not written them. You started writing essay. When you are writing essay, you keep on getting, okay, this is good idea, that is good idea, this is good idea, that is good idea. So your attention on writing is distributed, which can lead to clarity problems, grammar problems, vocabulary problems, more importantly, spelling problems. So that is gone. Anxiety is gone. Clarity is there. But when you write something and fix to it, then you are done. You don't have that anxiety. At a time, you can do one job. All right. Since planning is successfully completed, we will enter into the next stage, that is writing the essay. The most suitable structure for PT academic essay is this. There are 4 paragraphs. First paragraph is introduction. Second paragraph is body one side of the argument. The third paragraph is body two, the other side of the argument, at last conclusion. So this is the excellent structure for PT academic essays. If you are comfortable writing in that structure on your own, you can happily proceed and write. But no, you want the initial hand holding, you can use a template, which I'm going to explain you. Before we look at the template, let's read the question. Taking part in sport as an adult is important for health and happiness. This is the question topic or the argument, basically. Let's go to the template. Paragraph 1, template. Whether adults taking part in sport improves the health and their happiness has become widely debated topic worldwide. So what all I have done, I'm simply going to write the topic here, maybe in a slightly paraphrased manner. I will not write it ditto. Maybe I will, if it is in the active voice, I'm going to write in the passive voice, or if it is in the passive voice, I'm going to write in the active voice. That's it. Now you write some such slightly opposite. While some argue that you are talking about somebody, while some argue that adults taking part in sports has led to significant issues. What is your opinion? I firmly believe that it that particular thing, it made overwhelmingly positive contributions to the contemporary society. Done, right? So this is sentence one. Sentence two, your introduction paragraph is successfully completed. During my planning stage, I decided to write the advantages. So accordingly, I have written my introduction. Now let me write the paragraph, the body paragraph number one, which is full of positives. I'll start it. Please have a look. I will look at now what I wrote as positives. Okay. Number one, physical health improvement. Number two, mental health improvement. These are the things I have to look at them before I start writing the body paragraph one, because I have to write something revolving around these two things. Body paragraph one, or positives part. You can start like this: first and foremost. You don't like this, you can start with firstly, first of all. There are many things I provided in the material. Anyone you can use if you do not like this. But now sticking to this, first and foremost, when adults participate in sports, it improves their, or it enhances their physical health. I'm saying this. I wrote it. It's not that if you write that point, it is sufficient. Writing that point is okay, but you should also write why. Why you should write. One reason, when people participate in sports, they burn their calories. They burn, their fat gets burned, the calories get burned, unnecessary fat, unnecessary calories get burned, so which will help them maintain their physical, the ideal weight, okay, which is good for the overall health. Now, this is one point that's finished. So far, you mentioned one positive and you explained how, why, how basically. You are expected to write one more positive point, which you have taken on erasable noteboard. Now, what I have written here, it improves the mental health also. So, that is something I'm going to. Moreover, involving in sports improves the mental health. You have to write logic. Why? As participating in sporting activities can reduce the stress and anxiety. When a person is getting rid of stress and anxiety, the person's mental health become better. Okay, the person achieves better mental health. Wait, the body paragraph one, which is about positives, is not finished yet. You have to write an example either on your own, or you can take the example that is given as a ready-made example in the template. So I recommend writing your own example because it looks more organic, it looks more natural. My example. So let me give my example. For instance, many of my friends and colleagues have improved their physical and mental health by taking part in the sports activities like baseball and cricket. Prior to that, their physical and mental health levels were considerably less. But now, after joining, they have seen a significant improvement. This is something, if you want, I can write on my own as an example. But now I'm not getting thoughts to write it. What I can do is very simple. What is it? For instance, according to studies by the International Monetary Fund, it has benefited. Which one taking part in sports has benefited over 60% of the people worldwide. This is a generic example, and many templates do not use International Monetary Fund as an example. Therefore, you can happily use it. It doesn't look like a templated one. Okay. The example you write can be either on your own, or you can use that IMF example. Writing your own example will be more relevant. It goes with the excellent flow. However, if you are not getting any example thoughts, you can happily use it. Now we are supposed to conclude the body paragraph one. This is how you conclude body paragraph one. Hence, blank demonstrates its substantial contribution to social progress. Hence, adults taking part in sports demonstrates its substantial contribution to societal or social progress. So with this, the body paragraph one is done. The introduction is also done. Now we will do one thing. We will look at the structure of introduction and body one. after that, we will get into the paragraph 3, which is body 2, which has negatives. So this was paragraph 1, introduction, whether so and so topic has become widely debated topic across the globe. While some argue that it has some negative things, I firmly believe this is where I'm expressing my opinion. And I feel there are so many positive contributions for the society. Now, I got to body paragraph 1 or paragraph 2 to convey my positive opinion about the topic. Now, I start first and foremost. I write one reason or positive point. Positive point. For that positive point, I write reason. If you want to get reason, you should ask yourself how, where, why, all these things. One of these things, if you get how, you got how, you're done. Why, you're done. Where, you're done. When, you're done. Any one is enough, right? Moreover, and I'm writing another idea. So that ideas, how, where, why, when, who, these questions I ask, I get the reasoning for that. And then, for instance, you can write here your own example or the example which is already mentioned here, anything you can use. And it ends with what? Hence, so and so thing demonstrates its substantial social social benefits are, it is contributing a lot to the society you're writing. So this is how you are done with your first paragraph, second paragraph. I think 60% of your essay is done. Now we'll work on the balance 40%. Now let's get into paragraph 3 or body paragraph 2. You may have a concern before writing negative. So adults taking part or involving in sports is a good thing. But I wrote there's a negative, what is it? Lack of time. If I write it, how the computer will look at me, right? Look at my answer. Will they judge my answer as a negative? Will they judge the writer, that is me, as a negative person? If the human writer is verifying my answer, will that human writer perceive me or see me as a negative person? There is no such thing. There's no right or wrong. Are you getting it? So you are not, giving your psychometric test here. You are giving your language proficiency test. The evaluators, be it the AI evaluator or the human evaluator, is only looking at your answer with two things. What is this? Is the answer relevant? Is the answer sufficient? That's it. Only two things. Never think like that. Now, coming to the negatives, what I wrote, the negative, what I wrote is what? Lack of time. Lack of time, yes, lack of time, because you are saying it is for adults. Adults are either, see, there is what is an adult basically? The adult is somebody who is 18 and above years. So some adults can be in the university pursuing academics. Some adults can be in a job or a profession. Some adults might be running business, something like that, right? They're into some service kind of thing, but they're all demanding things, right? So that is the basis for my thought process of what? Lack of time. Paragraph number 3 and body 2, negatives. It starts like this. Nevertheless, the one prominent concern of adults taking part in sport is that they are investing their valuable time in sports. Since most of the adults are into a responsible academic or professional life, they investing their time in the sports can negatively affect their career. You're writing it. There is nothing wrong or right. You're writing it. That's it. Now this is done. It is better to write only one negative point for two reasons. Reason number one, if you write 2 points here also, you will have to write so much. You don't have time to write that much, right? Number one problem. Number two is that you fundamentally support it, but entirely without supporting it entirely, you are writing one negative point, so just to have a balance, right? For the logical balance reasons. That's it. Again, writing an example. Either you can write your own example, it's more relevant. But if you cannot write an example on your own, you can use the example which is in the template. Now it's time to look at the sample answer written using the template. So for the clarity, for the readability purposes, I've written it in the Word document. Please see. Same question, right? It's come whether it's what a template word. All right, right. Now has become a widely debated topic worldwide is also a template word. While some argue that template, it can consume valuable time and affect professional growth, I firmly believe, that so whatever is in bold, it is coming from the template. Whatever is not bold, it is writ. Okay. Now this is again template first and foremost. Engaging sports is significantly because is what? A template word. Because is a template word. It enhances, so this is the thing, reduces risk of chronic diseases and individuals can maintain an active, healthy lifestyle. Okay. Moreover, is again what a template thing. Template thing, participation in sports greatly improves mental health as it helps reduce stress and anxiety, depression, release of endorphins and all. You may write, you don't have to write anything, is fine. Individuals feel happier and more relaxed, that's fine. So this is again template thing. For instance, so this as is what again from for instance, according to studies by the National Monetary Fund, right? This is all template again. This piece is template. Hence, taking part in hence is again the conclusion thing for this particular paragraph. This is again template. All right. So 2 paragraphs done. Now the 3rd paragraph. Nevertheless, one prominent concern of right adults participating in sports is lack of time or its potential impact on career growth, since adults often now this is again what logic thing. Adults often have demanding work schedules. Allocating time to sports may reduce their focus on professional responsibilities. For example, it's all template again. Ill effects of poor time management due to excessive engagement or indulgence in non-work activities, or maybe sports activities also you can write. Now this is done. Paragraph for this question, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3 done. Conclusion. In conclusion, I strongly believe that here you write what adults participating sports is beneficial for the world, right? Owing to what? Improved physical and mental health, although it comes with what? The drawback of what? Time constraints. In my opinion, the positives certainly outweigh negatives. Hence, you can write what if you want to write extra. Hence, I recommend the adults across globe sufficient sporting time every week. Sufficient sporting time every week. I recommend adults across the globe to take part in sports or take part in sports regularly. That's it, right? Or you can say I recommend adults across the globe to take part in sports regularly for long-term health benefits, right? Done. The same essay, what I'll do, I'll copy paste in my portal. So let me copy this. Yes, copy. And then I'll paste it in my portal. Copy pasting is done, right? I think you have to type it. You cannot copy paste. So this is paragraph 1, this is para 2, and this is para 3, and this is conclusion, right? I've even written the other thing. Yeah, so let's submit this. So you not only get the number feedback in my site, in my application, you will get the trainer like feedback on all areas, like the answer quality, content, right? Everything you get the feedback. We will look at it now. So please see, I got how many points on the scale of 26? I got 22 points. These 26 points are equivalent to 28 marks. Please understand, 26 points if you get, that means you get 28 marks in writing. All right. So if it is 22, you can see what is it. Also, I would like to mention one thing. In our site, we have trained our site to give you around 15% lesser score, 15% lesser score, 10 to 15% lesser score than the exam conditions, than the exam assessment, just to keep you on your toes, nothing much. Now let's look at the score criteria. Content, grammar, spelling, vocabulary, form, linguistic range, structure development, and coherence. Let's understand one by one. Content is nothing but, as a student, if you have written a relevant essay and sufficient essay, which means you have written about the question topic and its demands. What were the demands for the previous essay? The previous essay demands were these. So this is statement, right? This is statement or question statement. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the statement? You said you completely agree. You firmly agree, you said. Have you written reasons, examples to support your ideas? Yes, you wrote ideas, you provided reasons, you provided examples to write the essay. So if an essay has all these elements, then that essay will get 6 on 6 in the examination. Now, our portal can give you approximately 10% to 15% lesser marks. It's more 10%, 15% stricter than the real examination. That's why it gave 5. But we will look at what are the reasons it is giving for 5 points, not 6 points. We will see. Grammar. If your answer does not have any grammar error. All grammar is perfect. There are no errors at all in the grammar. You get what? 2 points by 2 points in the grammar. There are some minimal errors like article error, one preposition error is there. Such a small errors attract around 0.25% reduction, right? And errors like subject verb agreement errors can attract half mark reduction. This is about grammar. Spelling. Since spelling is perfect, it gave what? 2 on 2 in spelling. The maximum score is 2 points. I got 2 points here. So if there are spelling errors, one spelling error can reduce half a point in your score, half a point. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is all about, have you written on relevant words while writing the essay or not? The usage of words, if you employ the words that are relevant for the situation, then you get what? Good vocabulary marks. Simple. So if there is any deficiency in that, some words are not suitable, there could be better words and all, then the score is likely going to reduce. Otherwise, it is going to be 2 points by 2 points. Coming to the form. Form is all about, as a test taker, you writing an essay between 200 to 300 words. This is fundamentally form all about. So we wrote how many words essay? 259 or 260 word essay. Therefore, it is more than 200 words, less than 300 words. So therefore, you get what? 2 out of 2 here. Linguistic range. In the essay, when you're writing the essay, you have to write certain complicated words, something like this. I'll show you something. Overwhelmingly positive contributions. Let's say I'll use this otherwise. Look at this word's usage. Widely debated topic worldwide. Okay. I firmly believe collocation. Overwhelmingly positive contributions. Overall well-being. So these words sound like sophisticated words. So using those sophisticated words in your answer is essential to get score in this area. Which area? The linguistic range area. You have to write little sophisticated words to convince the system. At least 6 to 7 sophisticated collocations, sophisticated words you have to write across the essay to catch that, to get that, to obtain that, that 6 points score. All right. And now, development, structure, and coherence. This is development, structure, coherence is something which is already inbuilt, perfectly built in the template. You're writing intro, body 1, body 2, then conclusion. What are you starting the intro with? How are you ending it? How are you progressing it? So same thing for second paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph. It is structured to give you maximum score in structure development. And coherence is nothing but the logical connection between the sentences. That is also possible if you are using the same template, because with that template, we made sure that there is a greater logical connection between the sentences. So this is it. So number part is over. Now this is the part for all the smart learners that are interested in understanding how did they fare in their essay, right? So we have the virtual trainer feedback, 24/7 virtual trainers feedback is available. When you write an essay, you not only get points related stuff, you will also get what? A perfect feedback to improve your next answers. Let's have a look. Firstly, content feedback. What is it? The essay effectively addresses the prompt by discussing the importance of sports for health and happiness, providing relevant examples and evidence. So it is all done. So when you read like this, you get kind of a confidence, right? Okay, I've done something right. Okay, that's something which is necessary. The argument is well supported with points about physical and mental health benefits. So this also gives you a kind of reassurance. Okay, I'm doing well in my essay, as well as acknowledging potential drawbacks. We have even written the drawbacks, right? So everything is perfectly analyzed and it is giving you a very, very constructive feedback with some sort of appreciation. And here is the one, a suggestion to further improve. To strengthen the essay, consider providing more specific examples or studies to enhance credibility of the claims made. He said, while explaining, the examples that you use should be your own examples so that they look very organic. Otherwise, the score loss is slightly there, slightly, right? Not a big score loss, but maybe 1 point or maybe half point score loss can be there. But okay, so that's not guaranteed. You can consider those examples as unique examples because many PT templates do not have, right? The same Bath University, same International Monetary Fund are not available in many templates. Okay, right. Development, structure, and coherence feedback. What is it? The essay has a clear introduction, body paragraph, yes, body 1, body 2, conclusion, which helps in maintaining logical flow of ideas. right? Transitions between points is generally smooth, contributing to overall coherence of the argument. Nice. To improve, consider balancing the discussion of drawbacks, more detailed solutions, and counter arguments. It is asking us to write maybe one more point extra in the opposite side. But I tested in the exam, it is not necessary. It is not necessary because it will increase the length of the essay. Already we wrote 260. If you have to include one more thing, we are expected to write more 25, 30 words or 40 words. 25 words, 30 words will increase. So 260 is the existing word count. You add up some 30 words, it will lead to 290. The more lengthier essay you write, the more difficult it is for somebody to verify and maintain the quality. Yeah. Linguistic range feedback. The essay demonstrates a good variety of expressions and maintains clarity throughout the argument. So this is what is linguistic range. However, using more precise or varied, phrasing for abstract ideas could enhance sophistication of the writing. It is still giving us some improvement ideas, which we can happily follow from the next one onwards. Vocabulary feedback. The vocabulary used is appropriate. And I said, right, writing relevant vocabulary is necessary for vocabulary. Conveys the intended meaning effectively. To improve, consider incorporating more academic varied synonyms to elevate the language further. So it is asking us to use more academic words because the test is of academic nature. That's taken, no problem. Grammar. The grammar is mostly accurate with correct usage of complex structures. Minor errors are present but do not significantly impact or affect the overall clarity of the essay, which is good, right? Spelling is accurate throughout the essay with no noticeable errors. There are no errors at all in the spelling. The essay meets the word count and sentence formatting requirements, maintaining a clear structure. Therefore, the form feedback is also 100% there, right? So, finally, what it says, you are making steady progress with sharper structure, stronger examples. Your essays can easily meet. So, it is asking us to write more stronger examples. That's what it says. Okay, so this is how the feedback is. Once again, I would like to re-emphasize this. These 26 points are equivalent to 28 marks in the examination of writing part, basically. You will get 28 marks in writing if you score 26. So proportionately, you can calculate and check how much are you going to get in the essay if you take the test. One more thing, without this, it is not complete. Our practice portal, practice application gives 15%, up to 15% lesser marks than the original exam. Or it is 15%, the assessment is 15% stricter than the original PT thing for obvious reasons. All right. This part of the class is about FAQs. What if I do it? What if I do that with essay? What if I don't do it? All these questions are answered now. Stay tuned. The first mistake is not verifying your essay before you submit it. In the beginning, I gave you time-related suggestion. What is it? How much time for planning, how much time for writing, and how much time for editing. If you do not follow that, it's going to have a huge impact on essay. So you must save at least 3 to 4 minutes time to verify your whole essay. 90% of the students say that while I was writing essay, the time was finished. I'm worried, how many spelling mistakes are there and that. That's what I would think. So always save time for verification. 3, 4 minutes time you must save for checking the spelling, grammar, spacing, vocabulary, whatnot. All these mistakes you should check. Number 2, can I write the essay in all capital letters? If you write an essay in all capital letters, you will not get any score. It's going to be 0. Although you meet all the criteria, if the essay is written in all capital letters, you will never get any score for that. Number 3, can I write the essay in all bullet points? It's easy for the human evaluator. Can I do it? You should not do it. You should never ever write the essay in all bullet points. You should write into 4 paragraphs. That's better for you. You get adventurous, and if you write it, the score is going to be 0. What is the ideal word count for essay? See, the required word count is 200 to 300. The ideal word count varies from question to question. So in my opinion, if you're writing somewhere in the range of 240 words to 260 to 70 words, that's ideal word count. Because writing so much, if you write 299, 298, the more you write, the more you have to take care of the quality management of your essay, correct? So it is not recommended. So somewhere around, let's say 240 to 260, 270 is good range, I can say. Oh, this is very common. What is it? Can I use a popular template? So, Sandeep, can I use a template that has 4 lakh views, 2 lakh views on the YouTube? People are commenting in a nice manner, all of that. Can I use such template? See, if you are using a popular template, which means before you, thousands of people, lakhs of people used it. If thousands of people used it in the examination, or lakhs of people have used it in the examination, that means the AI is already aware that it is a template. Number one. Number two, the human raters that are supposed to verify your content, your structure development coherence, your lexical range also, they have been probably seeing it every day, several times, several times. Every other essay looks like that. So you are making the job of AI easy. You are making the job of the human rater easy, because the moment they see it, they say it's a templated essay, no score is awarded, or very, very little score they give you. So it's a logically, I explained everything. If you wish to do it, I cannot stop anyone. I don't recommend it. Is your essay not tracked by PT? Because it is used by very limited students. So therefore, the chances of it getting flagged as a template, when you use it, your essay getting tagged as a templated essay, the chances are pretty minimal, very, very negligible, because this is not shared with, this does not have any lakhs of views or something. And we have tested with students in the examination, it's delivering 90 marks. All right, you can happily use it. And also in the beginning, I said, use it. You go to the beginning of the video and check, how am I asking you to use this template? So if you go to the essay guide, which is there in the portal, I clearly mentioned the alternative lines to start the essay. To in the paragraph 1, what are the alternative words you can use? In the paragraph 2, what are the alternative words to use? I'm not recommending to use this template also 100%, at least now, right? So this should be used as a what do you call, a hand holding thing, as a support thing, until you get comfortable with it. So this 100%, if you use it, maybe after 6 months, after 1 year, once it is popular, this also is not going to work. So therefore, catch the structure, not the exact words. So for the alternative words, please refer to my essay guide, complete essay guide. The PT's Zero to Hero essay guide is available in the practice portal. It's a super duper good document with every possible detail mentioned in a super duper friendly manner. Please go download it and start using it. Should I write long sentences in the essay, or should I write very short sentences in the essay? Long sentences is a sentence which is like 45, 50 word sentences. When you write 45, 50 word sentences, I mean, such a long sentence, what happens is the clarity becomes an issue. So please do not write such long sentences. You can write complex and compound sentences, but keep them under 25, 26 words max. That's it. And your essay should have the mix of every type of sentence, yes or no. So you can maintain the diversity in the essay. But I'm not a fan of what writing all long sentences or all short sentences. It's a mix of everything should be there, right? Can I copy the question statement same and use it in my essay? Question statement. What is question statement? I'll show you. So for this essay, it is the question statement. You can see. Can I use it ditto? 100%. Please don't use it 100%. You slightly change the wording. That's it. Slightly change it. Exact word by word, word by word. If you use same thing, it may not be good for you. It's not recommended. I don't recommend it at all for a good. If the essay question is expecting your opinion, what is your opinion? Convey your opinion, something like that is there, and you are not writing anywhere what is your opinion. So it is demanding, you are not writing. The essay question is demanding reasons, examples, you are not writing. What happens? Simple, your content score drops, which is the 6 points is the ultimate score. Maybe you will end up getting 3 points or something. You might be thinking only content score is down, remaining all scores I will get. No, when content is down, it pulls down everything, right? It pulls down the grammar, vocabulary, lexical range, structure development, coherence, everything it will impact. So don't do that. So I said in the beginning, you please go and refer to the essay question, how to understand essay question part, the planning part. You go and watch, you will get enough clarity on how to formulate a complete proper essay. All right. Should I write US style? The American style spellings are British style spelling. See, you can write US style, UK style, but stick to one. It is recommended. See, even if you write mixed spellings, like, sometimes you're writing American spelling, sometimes you're writing British spelling. No significant damage would happen, but it is recommended to write one type of spelling throughout the essay. It's better. So we are not taking that 0.1% or 0.5% chance also. We are like perfectly implementing. How much spacing is required between two paragraphs? I wrote paragraph number 1 and I'm going to paragraph number 2. How much space should I leave? This is another question. Let me show it. Now, you are done with one paragraph, right? So now there's no space, right? One space is enough between two paragraphs. But if you are giving so much space, like too much space, which is not good for you because it leads to spacing issue. One space is sufficient. When you are submitting them, you make sure there is one space, maximum two spaces, not more than that. And the space between words also should be just one. You cannot write without space. If you write without space, it becomes a spelling error, vocabulary error. If you write two spaces anywhere, it's not good for the score, right? Again, there is a problem in your form and there is a problem in your grammar and everywhere. Don't do it. Should I write space? Should I mention space before full stop, after full stop, before comma, after comma? So before comma and full stop, there must not be any space. After full stop, there can be, after comma, there can be one space. So before comma, no space, after comma, one space. Before full stop, no space, after full stop, one space. See, thousands of PTE practice questions. Like essays, we have 101 essays. We are adding based on our exam experiences. Look at this, it has grammar. For example, you are lacking in subject-verb agreement. You can go and work on 5 levels of subject-verb agreement exercises. Nobody is lecturing you on grammar. You are simply learning based on the activities. Now, for improving vocabulary, we have vocabulary improvement section and listening spelling section. So if you want to improve the exam familiarity, we have 10 mock tests coming here. Each mock test, when you write, gives you score. It gives you insights where you're doing well, where you're not doing well, all that stuff. And you can even access your answers once you finish the exam. So all the materials, like the latest guides, templates, everything is mentioned here. And the entire course recording is available. Latest class recording is available, including my real exam experiences. So, right, all the basics. Now, this is my real exam experience, the exam that I took on January 26th, January 30, 2026 or something. So everything, it's a complete package. Don't hesitate to buy this. The subscription is starting from just, I think, 1,500 rupees in Indian currency for a week's subscription. So every feature is going to come in the 1 week subscription plan. I'll meet you with the new essay sample question and answer. Stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you find value in my channel, please do subscribe.